Hi, this is a short video on the testing platform called Azure. So the Azure is hosted on AWS Cloud at the moment, and it's a subscription only application hosted on the cloud. So we look at signing in. I'll just sign in. So once you're logged in, you're presented with a very intuitive site, which has got the dashboard view, which shows all the test runs that has happened in the past. So as you can see, there are details about the test runs, how the test runs progressed over a period of time, the test execution, the total number of hours, and so on. So once a customer gets onboarded, you get a login page like that, and you can look at all the runs that's happened, quarter on quarter, whether it's your Oracle project or some other projects that's happening in your organization. And then you got planned test, and this is where you plan all your tests. Say if you're an Oracle customer and you're using human capital management, we have broken it down into sub-modules. So you got core HR, you got benefits, you got time and labor, absences, employee scenarios, and so on. So we've got basic scripts for some of these sub-modules. For example, if you look at employee scenarios, we've got adding an assignment, changing working hours, and so on. So these are the test cases that we have in our existing repository. So it's very easy. Basically, you would drag test cases from here, and you would put them under the selected bucket. Um, and from here, if you click next, it allows you to create a test suite name. And this is where typically you would create regression suites. So let's name the regression suite test run for employee scenarios. Uh, let's say for 21B release. And then you can say frequency, whether you want to run it daily, weekly, or monthly. So let's select daily for in this example. And you can run that against different browsers like Chrome, Firefox, Edge, and any other browsers that's in the market at this point. Say let's if I click on Firefox, and then you can schedule a time when you would like this to be run. So for this example, I'll just say 9 a.m. And then you click on submit. So once it's submitted, it's basically scheduling it. So as you can see here, it's scheduled the run for test run for employee scenarios 21B. It's going to run at 9 o'clock. Frequency is daily, and we've also given a provision to approve it. So if you need a manager's approval, you can do that. It's not mandatory, but we have given a feature to do that. So it's currently scheduled. Now, if I want to run it straight away, I can just click on run, and then basically it's running in the background. Now, if you want to see the run result, so you move into the next area, which is called report. And as you can see under report, it's got test run for the employee scenarios 21B. It's scheduled for today, and it's currently in progress. And as you can see, this progress bar shows you the status of it. So it's running at the moment. And it runs in the background. So it goes away and runs, spins up a Docker image in the background in the cloud, and it's running. And if you scroll down, you can see all the past runs against different browsers. So once it's completed, it would give it 100%. So this might take, I think each script takes about less than 2 minutes. So we've scheduled two test cases to run, so it might take about 3-4 minutes. So that run is complete now, and if I click on this little icon here, it takes you into the actual run to give you the status. So employee change hours. So basically, you can see the green tick, which means that test is run and it's passed, and it took about 45 seconds to run that. And this one here, employee add assignment, as you can see, it's a red cross, which means there has been a failure. And in this instance, we wanted to show you a failure and how it would look. So let's look at the one that's passed, the employee change hours. And this is the test result. So as you can see, go to URL, which means it goes to this particular URL, clicks on a HCM Cloud login, switch tab. So basically, we've got certain keywords, and internally these keywords have got Java code sitting behind it, and it uses Selenium to run it. Um, and I'll explain to you the architecture a little bit later. So here it enters the username and password, clicks a login button, and it goes through step by step. And here, you can prescribe in the test case where the screenshots you would like to take. And this is for later on audit purposes and so on. So as you can see, it's logged in as Mitch Blum, and these are all the different tiles that it's got. So this is a screenshot that's come from the runtime. So I can just scroll down. Generally, we take screenshots where you would need certain um, proof as to what testing has happened and so on. So in here, we've logged in as Baker. Sorry, we're changing the working hours of Adam Baker, and this is what is happening. And it goes all the way till it logs out. Let's look at the other test case where you have employee add assignment. And so this all these tests have passed, except towards the end, we have injected a failure just to show what a failure looks like. So here's a failure. So it says it can't call click on element with selector. And that's because it couldn't find that particular element. So when you click on that, so that's the error that is popping out. And in this instance, we are forcing this failure just as an example. Um, and it will give you screenshots. So this is what you could basically raise as a defect or as an issue to either if it's Oracle or your internal developers who's made the config changes, and you can substantiate that with a screenshot. So it's very easy, quarter on quarter, or if you have monthly patches coming in, you can run your test cases in a very you can schedule the test cases and run it anytime you would like, even after hours. So once you have a, say for example, if you have P2T refresh and then you want to run a test case over a weekend, you can schedule that over a weekend and you can come back on a Monday and check the result. And if there are failures, we can push the failures status into your mobile device as well, or we can send notifications as an email. So basically, these are all the I guess the functionality a customer would see. Now we've got a studio. Basically, studio is where we create all the test cases for you. So basically, the way we run this application is we create the test cases, we run the test cases, and we provide you the report. And we would provide you a login to look at the reports over a period of time. So you can see historical report. But the way we do it internally is basically we have a design studio where we would create the test cases. So I'll just quickly show you how we create those test cases. So I'll just pull out a test case that I already have. Say, for example, if I go to HCM, um, I've got employee scenarios that we just saw, and I can pick up a test case, say add assignment. So basically, it's bought in the add assignment test case, and it looks like this. So here is where this is how we develop the test case. So we have a keyword called go to URL. So and we give a value. So what's the value? And basically, that value is configurable. So if you have multiple instances that you want to run this against, we don't need to rewrite these test cases. We just need to go and change the environment variable, which is stored here, the value. So as you can see, cloud login page, we've got that. So user, the password, and so on. And of course, these password can be encrypted. In this demo instance, we haven't done it. Um, so that's how we do it. So if you want to run this against different environments, we have configured it in such a way that you don't have to recode it. We can just configure that using parameters. And that's how a script looks. So a script would have roughly about 20, 30 test steps. And as you can see, you can take screenshots. You can say where exactly you want screenshots and so on. So it's fairly easy to write. So you don't need to know coding and technical bits because we've handled all of that behind the scenes. So that's a quick video on the platform. The platform is called Azure, and as I said, it's basically hosted on the cloud, and it's a subscription model sort of implementation. And yeah, so I look forward to hearing feedback from you. Thank you.